When a man over 60 decides to get involved with younger women, it can bring moments of renewal and vitality, but it also exposes challenges that many overlook. The contrast between youthful energy and mature experience can lead to unexpected situations, especially when comments or attitudes begin to question the value he places on himself. These situations affect not only self-esteem but also physical and emotional health. Ignoring the signs or giving up self-respect for the sake of a relationship can compromise a man's balance and even his dignity. In this video, we'll show how mature men can avoid falling into these traps, preserving their health, self-worth, and building relationships that truly add value. To achieve this, it's essential to understand what really matters at this stage of life. Before moving on, make sure you're subscribed to the channel to receive more tips on health and sexual education. If you found the content useful, like the video and share your thoughts in the comments. Type 1 if you like the topic or 0 if you have suggestions for improvement. Your participation is crucial. I remember a conversation that profoundly marked my professional life. A man in his 60s came to me with a mix of enthusiasm and restlessness. He described how his routine, once calm and predictable, had been completely transformed after meeting someone special. She was 20 years younger, with contagious energy and a smile that lit up any room. By her side, he rediscovered feelings he thought were long gone: vitality, enthusiasm, and a new perspective on himself. She seemed to admire everything about him: his stories, his experience, his outlook on life. He felt valued in a way he hadn't experienced in years. During the first few months, the relationship felt like a rebirth. Everything seemed perfect, as if life had given him an unexpected gift. But, as often happens, the relationship began to reveal its challenges. Comments that were initially affectionate and even humorous started to take on a different tone. Phrases like, "You need to take better care of yourself," or "Men your age can't afford to relax," became frequent. He tried to maintain his good humor and move forward, believing they were just harmless remarks. Until one ordinary day, she was blunt. She said something he never expected to hear. "You'll never be like a younger man." Those words hit hard, awakening doubts and insecurities he had been avoiding. From that moment, his mind couldn't stop racing. He questioned the impact of age on the relationship, on his health, and even on who he was. Their conversations changed in tone. What had once been affectionate exchanges turned into arguments filled with irony. No matter how much he tried to please her, it seemed that every effort only created more distance. Then one night he looked at himself in the mirror. In that reflection, he saw the marks of time but also the story of a man who had overcome battles and challenges. It was at that moment he understood. He didn't need to prove anything to anyone. With courage, he decided to confront her. His words were not angry but firm. He explained that he couldn't continue in a relationship that put his dignity at risk. Although he still cared for her, he realized that his peace was worth more than trying to meet impossible expectations. His decision was unexpected. She was left speechless, as if she had never imagined he had such strength. As he walked away, he felt a mix of pain and relief. He knew the separation wouldn't be easy, but he also saw it as an opportunity to start over. In the days that followed, silence brought valuable reflections. He realized that true peace is born when we stop living to please others. More than ever, he discovered that happiness is based on the relationship we build with ourselves. This experience was a turning point in his life and left a powerful message. Dignity is the foundation of any true freedom. Looking to improve your sexual life and strengthen your relationship? In the digital book, Rediscovering Intimacy: Healthy Sexuality After 60, you'll find strategies to rekindle desire, overcome challenges, and strengthen your connection. Check out the link in the pinned comment and transform your love life. The first lesson from this story is that your dignity must always come first. It's common to want to relive the energy of youth, to feel renewed, but when that requires giving up self-respect, the cost becomes too high. Seeking that feeling is healthy, as long as it doesn't make you forget who you are today. Look at what you've lived. Your achievements, the stories you've built, the lessons you've learned. All of this is part of you and deserves to be valued. Reliving the past doesn't mean erasing the present, but rather embracing the wisdom it has brought. Constantly comparing yourself to who you were in the past is a burden you don't need to carry. Self-esteem is the key to this. By recognizing your worth, you not only strengthen your relationship with yourself but also the way you connect with the world. Accepting who you are today is the first step to living with fulfillment and confidence. The second lesson reminds us that self-love is the solid foundation of any healthy relationship. Imagine a house. If the foundations aren't strong, whatever is built on top may collapse at any moment. This is exactly what happens when we allow destructive criticisms about our appearance, age, or abilities to affect us day after day. Little by little, they erode our essence. Loving yourself isn't a luxury. It's a necessity. It's recognizing that every line on your face, every story you've lived, carries invaluable meaning. This goes far beyond physical appearance or age. It's about valuing what we've accumulated as our greatest treasure: experience and inner strength. Of course, no one is immune to criticism, but accepting those that only hurt is like giving space to doubts about who you really are. When you prioritize your own worth, everything around you begins to align, attracting people who recognize and respect your essence. After all, those who don't see themselves with admiration are unlikely to be seen that way by others. The third lesson is about the courage to turn the page, even when it seems like the hardest step to take. Sometimes we cling to situations or relationships that drain our energy simply because the fear of change seems greater than the weariness we're living through. But over time, those difficult decisions can become the most liberating ones. Imagine being in a noisy place where it's impossible to hear your own thoughts. Now picture the moment when everything goes silent. That's the opportunity solitude can offer. For many, the idea of being alone seems frightening, but in reality, it can be an unexpected gift, a moment to reconnect with yourself. It is in this quiet space that self-esteem finds fertile ground to grow again. When you stop seeking external approval and start looking inward, you realize that your strength and value have always been there, just waiting for your attention. This is the path to true peace, built on respect and care for yourself. Choosing this is not just an act of courage. It's an essential step to living with authenticity and purpose. The fourth lesson shows us that the time we've lived is like a unique treasure that only we possess. Every mark, whether a gray hair or a line on the face, tells stories no one else can replicate. They are not just signs of the passing years but medals of battles faced, victories achieved, and moments that have shaped who you are today. Youth, with all its energy, is just a passing season. True wealth lies in the wisdom that time delivers. And the best part, this wealth can't be bought or imitated. Those who focus solely on appearance miss the chance to see what truly matters: the depth of the essence that each person carries. Accepting your own story is where true strength lies. It's not about trying to be who you once were but embracing who you've become. Your experiences are like a map, guiding your steps with confidence and clarity. And it's precisely this baggage that makes you someone prepared for what life still has to offer, with serenity and purpose. The fifth lesson reminds us that respect is the foundation of any lasting relationship. Without it, everything crumbles. After all, there's no room for true love where there's humiliation, hurtful criticism, or a balance of power that's always tilted to one side. A meaningful relationship goes far beyond appearance or staying together out of convenience. It flourishes when people treat each other with empathy and care, when each feels heard and valued. Respect isn't just about polite words. It's about showing through actions that you recognize the other's emotions, boundaries, and needs. This becomes even more significant in mature relationships. When we see the other as a partner beside us, not someone to mold or control, we create genuine connections. In these connections, appearance loses importance, and what matters is the ability to walk together with understanding and admiration. It's respect that transforms an ordinary relationship into something extraordinary and lasting. This story invites us to look inward and realize a simple truth: no love will be complete if there isn't first genuine care for oneself. We spend much of our lives trying to please others, seeking approval, and forgetting what's most important, the respect we owe ourselves. From here, all healthy relationships are born. When you treat yourself with the care and dignity you deserve, something powerful happens. Your posture changes, and with it, the way people around you react. Self-love isn't about ego. It's about building a solid foundation where everything important can grow. People who respect themselves naturally inspire that same respect in others. Over time, it becomes clear that letting go of the need for external approval is liberating. Accepting your imperfections, honoring your stories, and valuing your achievements transform the marks of time into symbols of resilience. And that's exactly what he did. He chose to step away from a relationship that didn't respect who he was. The initial pain gave way to renewed freedom. Starting over isn't always about beginning from scratch. Sometimes it's about putting yourself first, understanding that this is never an end, but a new beginning. This story showed us that dignity and self-respect are fundamental pillars for living fully, regardless of age. The challenge of balancing relationships, especially those with generational differences, can reveal both our strengths and vulnerabilities. However, by valuing our stories, taking care of our emotional and physical health, and seeking connections based on mutual respect, we pave the way for a more authentic life. Which of the lessons shared in the video resonated most with you? Share your thoughts in the comments. They're important and can help other viewers reflect as well. If you haven't liked the video yet, do it right now. Your like is essential for us to continue bringing relevant and in-depth content about health and sexuality for men over 50. And there's so much more waiting for you here on the channel. Explore other videos that cover essential topics for well-being and quality of life. Don't forget to subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. Thank you for being here, and see you in the next video.